So this session today, and I did choose my t-shirt especially, is because we're doing Earth.
Okay.
So the reason for that being, so you'll feel the seasons change now, but it's not autumn. And in my classes, I ban the word, when people say, it's autumnal. It's not autumn yet. Autumn's later. We can't say, that's like
later.
accepting that summer's over. But in the 5 elements, which is what I work with, which is, it's aligning with nature. In the 5 elements, we've also got 5 seasons. And so there's an extra season that's been put in, and it's called late summer, which is where we are now.
Yep.
So you'll feel it's different to the height of summer, everything coming into bloom. Things are starting to sort of come inwards. And it's really the beginning of the cycle, and it's the element that everything starts with when we work in yoga, which is the element of earth. So in our yoga practice, we work with the feet, the lower body, and right to our root. In the in our emotional and our state of well-being, we work with the earth element to bring ourselves out of our mind and into our bodies. So the word grounding is said to be the antidote to stress and anxiety, so it's being mindful. And it really helps us in our practice. We slow things down. It helps us to listen to our body. And the first thing that we do, which we'll do now, to ground ourselves is to massage the feet. And this is a lovely thing to do every single morning. But possibly more importantly, at the end of a busy day, when your head's full of everything that's been going on. Especially when you're working, jobs like you guys. So, as at the end of the day, to massage the feet. And this helps bring our energy downwards, so out of the head. And so we massage the whole of the foot with the hands. And it's a really nice way as well of just saying hello to the body. And connecting into our body's inner wisdom, that part of us that knows what's right for us in every moment. And a nice thing to do, you know those things that you put in between the toes when you're giving yourself a pedicure? You put the fingers there. To imagine doing those.
They cannot fit up.
I don't even want to mention the word pedicure at the moment. When I look at my feet, I'm going, I try and use the sand, but I'm kind of going, maybe need a spa day, but it doesn't really seem to fit with the back to basics lifestyle. So, and just pull the toes back. And your feet are so important because we've got, like the receptors of the body. And when we walk barefoot on the ground, that helps us rebalance our electrical energy. Tesla work. Like we've all got we're all electrical beings, and we get impulses. If we're getting them from things in modern life, say noise and traffic and stress and no light, we get full of, they're called positive ions. We've got a positive charge, and we need to rebalance that, getting a negative charge from the earth. If you think about the earth as a battery that we need to plug into regularly in order to rebalance, that's how important it is. Now we're going to take the thumbs up from the heels going up to just that knuckle underneath the base of the big toe. And that line there represents our spine. And so if you just take the thumb and just take presses all the way up, you may feel something in one of these spots that's tender. And if you do, you may want to just gently massage that area. Really gentle touch. And then the last place we're going to deal with, if you take a line between the big toe and the second of the big toe, and run it down past the pad of the big toe. And just underneath there's a little pocket. Yeah, and just place the thumbs there and just add a little bit of pressure. And that's our, is it kidney point 2, I think. Relates to our kidneys, that area. It's going to be more important in winter, we work with the kidneys. But it's good for the moment as well. And now we're going to take the hands and just like tuck the fingers under, and then we're going to just tap up the insides of the legs. Get the energy flowing up the legs. So there's often lines in the body that we talk about called meridians. This line runs from the base of the foot all the way up the inside of the legs. And then if you tap just gently, 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 just in the hip crease there, just in your groin, that's your lymphatic nodes, your lymph nodes which stimulate that filter system in the body. Now I'm going to bring the legs, take the hands down the legs, first of all, then bring the legs together and tap the outside of the legs. Feet are so important. I all of a sudden the other day had really sore shins, and I was thinking, what is that? And then I realised I'd walked a long way in kind of sandals, which isn't good, you know, like the barkeys, and it's not good. Now, massage the front of the legs, give them a good rub, massage the back of the calves, give them a bit of a shake, take the feet away, massage the back of the legs. Good, so we should be ready to begin. And here we are in Molunat. It's not too unpleasant. I think this is probably the best place to be on the earth right now. And one of the reasons I chose Molunat was because of its wonderful natural energy. So let's sit with the legs crossed and find our sit bones. So our sit bones are like our roots into the earth, and they help us kind of stay grounded and help connect to the earth. So we're going to take the thumb and forefinger together, rest the hands on the knees, and just shrug the shoulders a little bit. You'll have a little bit of a shake. As if you're trying to, imagine you're in sand. You're just trying to plug yourself into the earth. And then close the eyes, sit up tall in the spine, slightly tuck the chin, close the mouth, relax the face and the jaw. And just find the breath. Just notice where it's coming from today. You're going to deepen the breath. Start to feel the lungs inflate with air a little bit more and fill the rib cage, pressing the bones of the ribs against the skin as you breathe in. And then exhaling, just letting go and sinking down into the earth. Breathing in fully, those big balloons that are the lungs, filling the rib cage. The belly, it feels like it inflates slightly too. And then exhale, just relax the shoulders, face and jaw. Breathing in fully and breathing out, letting go. We're going to use a mantra just to help you arrive here this morning in your practice, and with the breath. Breathing in, coming into my body. So just repeat the words in your head. Breathing out, I am home. Breathing in, coming into my body. Breathing out, I am home. Breathing in, coming into my body. Breathing out, I am home. And just do that 3 more times. Words in your own head. And as you feel yourself arrive. And notice how the earth supports you. Imagine your spine like the trunk of a tree, strong and long. And at the base of the spine, through the sit bones, imagine the roots going down into the earth, plugging you in to that infinite battery that is the earth. Now notice the sound of the water. Sense its movement, and sense the movement of the water within you. Now sense the light from the sun, giving you energy and nourishment, and a little bit of fire in the belly. Now notice the air going in through the nostrils as it clears the lungs. It clears the mind. Feel a sense of blowing away the cobwebs of the mind. So the dusty parts of the mind getting cleared. And now sense all that infinite space around you. And feel yourself expand into the space. And we're going to drop the hands now. And we're going to take a big yawning breath as you extend the arms out into the space around you. Lift the palms up towards the sky, bringing them together above the head. As you do that, open the eyes and look to that gorgeous blue sky. And then bring the hands down in front of the body. And bring the hands down all the way to the earth. And good morning. Good morning to Mother Earth. Good morning to you. Guys here. Good morning if you're watching at home. So, bringing the hands to the knees here. So, lovely Sufi grinds next. I often start with the class with this because it is so grounding. It's a way of giving yourself a full body massage, softening the tissues, and also it's like sending your body the message to say, let me show you how I can fall in love with you. So move gently and slowly. We add in the breath, so as we come forward, you lead from the heart space. As you come forward, you breathe in. As you round the back, you breathe out. You breathe in as you come forward. You breathe out as you round and you go back. And just start to feel everything soften. So when we work with the earth element, if you think of clay, you know what clay is? Yeah. So when it's not got any water in it, it's like all dry and or it's like, you know, concrete or something. It doesn't move. But what we want is to add in some water, so we make the body soft, so we can play with it like plasticine. I was going to say Play-Doh, and then I realised that's probably a British thing. But you know, the stuff that you mould or you make, you know. Let's do one more rotation in this direction. Ooh, and let's change over the cross of the legs. So move in slowly. Earth energy is slow and it's steady. And so you go so slowly that you can feel everything and you can hear the body whispering to you. So this movement here each time you do it, it'll be different because your body is different every day. You can even close the eyes, really move the shoulders and the head. As you feel the body soften and enliven. It also, this movement is great for waking up the vagus nerve. So it's like this wandering nerve. You maybe heard of gut instinct. This nerve helps us tune into our gut instincts. It goes and gets the messages from all the different organs. Now let's come to a stop and let's open out the legs. So this line we're working on today, all the way from the sole of the foot, the inside of the legs, right to our root. So our sweet spot. So we're going to bring the hands and we're going to just clasp the hands. We're going to stir the pot. We're going to reach forward with the arms. Now as we're warming up, in the first 15 to 20 minutes is always just preparing the body. As we're warming up, you're not thinking, oh, I need to go as far as I can. You're just thinking of oiling the body, waking it up, finding what feels good. And as always, I've got 2 rules. That's about it in classes. First rule is make sure you can breathe. It's pretty important on the mat and off the mat. And the second rule is make sure you can smile, which is something that nearly put me off yoga when I first discovered it. Was I thought, people take it so seriously. You know, nobody smiles. And I couldn't understand it. Because, you know, when you're smiling, the whole body's smiling. When you're happy, the body's going to be happy. When you're grimacing, you're stressed and the whole body's stressed. Now go in the opposite direction. Now, you know, why shouldn't it bring us joy? And joy is probably one of the healthiest things we can do for ourselves. And if you can't smile, you're going too hard. So, add in a little bit of water to the earth, first of all. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of fire or light energy. So bring the feet in front and have the feet flat. So you probably have your hands and feet off the mat here. And the tailbone will drop, the fingertips facing forwards. This is just going to enliven the back of the body now. And also just bring a bit of fire to the belly. So you're going to press down into the, I'll show you from the side. So you're going to have the elbows bent and just behind you. Not hugging them in, just letting them be go in their natural direction. As you push down into the hands and push down into the feet, the hips lift off. There we breathe out. And then we breathe in as we come down. We breathe out as we lift. And then we breathe in as we lower. Let's do 2 more. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Good. Now take the feet a little wider. Take the hands just out to the side and behind you, so they're out on a diagonal. Take the feet so they're turned out, and just to release from that, we're going to drop the knees down to the right. Just look over the left shoulder. Come back in towards center as you breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in to bring the feet in center, and breathe out, release. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Last one. Good. Now, we're going to swing the legs around behind, and we're going to come to a squat. Now, when I first did this one, and it's from Kundalini Yoga, and they make you do it for about 10 to 15 minutes. by which time, and they say, oh, it's good for the sense of humour. That's another way of saying it's really hard, it's going to nearly break you, but you're going to feel good afterwards. We're not going to do it for 10 to 15 minutes. This might need to take care of the knees with this one, Susanna. So if it gets too tough on the knees, come a little higher up, just do it from here. So our breath in is going to be like this. We lift the crown of the head, lift and drop the tailbone. As we breathe out, we press the heels down, we lift up the hips and we drop the head. You breathe in, bend the knees. So it's called a frog squat. The knees are out to the side, the head lifts. We breathe out. So you can imagine doing this for 10 to 15 minutes. You're a different person at the end of that. We breathe in and we breathe out. So a modification would just be, you could actually just have the hands on here. And we're just going to do 3 more. Doesn't matter if the legs don't straighten. That's not the aim. The aim is get the energy flowing. Now, as you lift up the hips now, you're going to take your feet so they're parallel. I'm going to take hold of the elbows. Have a soft bend in the knees and just kind of bounce the tailbone a little bit. I just noticed my mat's wet. Got a wet bum. So just bounce the tailbone a little bit. So just bend in the knees, just have a little sort of shake and press. Now just hang heavy from the elbows. Soft bend in the knees, the legs aren't locked out, just bend the knees softly. And then nod the head yes. And shake the head no. And shake the whole of the torso side to side. Just move in the way that feels good. Circle the shoulders. You know, imagine a swimmer, how they wake up the shoulders. And shake out the head and then just let all the clutter drain out from the top of the head. Make sure the whole of the foot is connected into the mat, spreading out the toes. Now take a soft bend in the knees. Start to lift the head and take the arms out to the side. Take a big yawning breath as we come up to the upright and bring the hands together above the head. Look to the palms. Now turn the palms towards me. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Relax the shoulders down and then draw that arm across to the right. I'm going to smile here. Now lifting up and going in the other direction. Breathing out. Breathing in up to the upright and breathing out. Just let the arms float like feathers. Let all the tension leave the shoulders. Now take the legs a little bit wider. Our last little warm-up, this is one of my favourites. This is called a Sufi whirl. So you can imagine that you've got a jacket on but no sleeves in there. And we're just going to swing the arms. You can feel it heats up all of a sudden, can't you? Yeah. Now, twist is coming from a little higher up in the body here. Now, as we change this and lift off the opposite leg and look behind you as you twirl, it's going to be a bigger twist. So you lift off the opposite heel and you go all the way in the other direction. This is a good way. Gets the energy moving, wakes you up in the morning, puts you into a good mood. And you can really give it a little, a little bit of oomph, the technical word. Give yourself a slap in the middle of the shoulder. Take the head with you, really lift off that back foot. Start to speed it up a little bit. And then starting to lower the arms, starting to slow it down. And then just come into stand with the feet wider than hip width apart. The feet slightly turned out. And just have the palms facing forward, close the eyes. And just take a moment to notice what's going on in the body. With everything woken up, you might feel this kind of buzzing, this purring going through the body. You might feel tingling on the palms. Feel the feet connecting to the earth. Feel the energy from the earth come up through the legs. Power up through the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Breathing in up through the legs to the crown and breathing out down the arms. And feel yourself blend into your environment. The earth below, the water, the sky and the sun, the air, and all that space at one with nature. And slowly open the eyes. And just go ahead with a shake. So this is a sequence I've been doing quite a while now. It's an earth salutation. We're going to take the legs wide apart. It's quite, I often bring things from Tai Chi, because it's the 5 elements, it's nature. And this is like a Tai Chi movement, and but they are actually yoga moves, but done in a way that you would see it done in martial arts. And you'll see in martial arts, they're strong. They do everything slowly. And one of the things the Shaolin monks used to do as their training was to stand in this position here, which is called horse stance. The legs are apart. You want to make sure, say, the middle of the kneecap is just tracking over the second to the big toe there. So how far your foot is apart will be dictated by where your thighs just land there. And the knees are bent. So the Shaolin monks would stand like this with the hands in this position here, with their thumbs together and the fingers facing down. They would stand like this for 15 minutes as part of their training for body and mind. We're not going to do 15 minutes this morning. It's a bit much, really. Well, you can feel probably the heat building in the body as you do this, real grounded energy. And if you feel like your tailbone, or the place in between the sit bones, like sweet spot, your perineum there, imagine that's anchored down into the earth, just between the heels. And that's going to make you feel really grounded. So we've got kind of 4 little mini sequences that we put together here. We're going to do it dynamically, and then we'll do it where we hold the poses. So we're going to release the hands, and then just take a little basket here. And so as you breathe in, the hands are going to come up to the chest, the elbows out to the side. As you breathe out, press the palms down into the earth. Keep the back straight. So the palms facing down on this one, down to the earth. Now, take the arms above the head, but keeping the knees bent and without lifting up the shoulders. Now, extend the arms out, extend through the fingers, really reach out into the space around you, and release the hands and the legs straighten here. So that's that's the first part. The second part, the hands come up to the chest. We turn the feet towards the right, so the left foot comes in, the right foot goes out, and then you push the palms away, and you slightly round the back here, and look down towards your right foot. Now you're going to point the forefingers, Jupiter Mudra, and you're going to point to the sky. So lift the arms and point straight up to the sky. Keep grounding through that back foot. Now open out the arms as you turn the feet round towards the front, and we come back to our start position. Okay, feet turned out. Breathe in, take the hands to the chest. We're going to go the other direction, the right foot in, the left foot out. We breathe out, push the palms away, nice and slow, tuck the chin. Now point to the sky breathing in. 4 fingers. And then breathing out. Open out the arms. And now take the feet so they're parallel. Even the toes slightly tucked in. Part 4. We breathe in, hands to the chest. We breathe out, press the palms down into the earth. We turn the heels in now, and the knees come out to the side. You lift the head, you turn the palms towards me. You keep the tailbone dropped. We come up, knees bent, feet turned out, and then breathe out. So it's tougher than you think, even though it's slow. You'll feel everything heat up, but because we work with breath, slow, steady. So let's do that again. Breathe in, hands to the chest. Breathe out, press the palms down. Breathe in, palms to the sky. Breathe out, extend the arms out. Breathe in, hands to the chest. Breathe out, left foot in, right foot out. And push the palms away. Breathe in, point to the sky. And breathe out, come back to the front. Breathe in, clasp the hands, palms up. Breathe out, turn to the left. Breathe in, point to the sky. And breathe out. Open the arms, feet parallel. Breathe in, hands to the chest. Take the tailbone back. Go down and press down to the earth. Bring the heels towards each other, feet turned out. Sink down into the hips. Lift up the arms. And breathe out, open wide. Whew. And again. Round 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, hands to the chest. Turn to the right and breathe out. Breathe in, point to the sky. And breathe out, turn to the front. Breathe in, hands to the chest. Breathe out, turn to the left. Breathe in, point to the sky. And breathe out, arms out. Breathe in, hands to the chest. Breathe out, touch the earth. Heels towards each other, drop the tailbone. Breathe in, lift up. Low down, squat. And breathe out. This time we're going to hold a little bit longer on some of the moves. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold for 5 breaths. Breathe in. Hold for 5 breaths. Breathe right down into the belly. Think of where your center of gravity is. See if you can breathe from that place there. Breathe in. Ooh, and breathe out. Breathe in, hands to the chest. And breathe out. And hold, chin tucked. Now really ground through that back foot, your left foot, the whole of the foot, so we've got equal weight. What you might want to do is even extend the legs a little further open, sink down a little deeper, a couple more breaths. Now point the 4 fingers, point to the sky, and look to the fingers. Sink down and sink down. The tailbone not tucking under, not sticking out. Let it sink down into the earth. 2 more breaths. Come back to the center and release the arms. Breathe in. Turn the feet. Breathe out, push away. Sink down. Really keys this back leg, really ground down. Doesn't matter how far you go, but you want to get sensation. Keep breathing. Now point to the sky. Breathe in and Hold 5 breaths. Look to the fingers. Release the shoulders. Keep opening up the armpits, opening up the chest. Smile. Breathe. And come back to the center. Ooh, take the feet parallel. A little wider now with the feet. Breathe in, hands to the chest. And breathe out. Connect with the earth here. And direct now the crown of the head down towards the hands. Some of you may be able to even open out the hands and bring the crown down to the floor, but don't strain there. Now lifting up the head. Bring the feet slightly towards each other. Take the knees out. Bring the hands up the midline of the body. Lift the head, bend the knees, feet turned out. Palms up. 5 breaths. Now inhale, extending the legs. Exhale. Ooh, let the arms float down like feathers. And just hold here. What you might want to do is just bring the feet a little closer together to find your stability. See if you can close the eyes. And just notice the energy changes in the body. Notice the heat. Take the feet so they're parallel again. Just bring the hands to the hip crease here. I'm just going to show you from this side. And soften the knees, take the tailbone back, and just dangle over the thighs to bring the hands down to the earth. Yeah, in fact, let's turn that way. Let's all turn that way. And step the feet back one at a time. Drop the knees down. Come to a half plank and slowly lower yourself down onto your front. Make a pillow for the forehead. Take the toes towards each other and let the heels fall apart. And breathe into the belly. As you breathe in, feel the belly gather the energy from the earth. So just pressing the belly into the earth to breathe in. Now take the hands underneath the shoulders. Now tuck the toes. Push back and sit back onto the heels, but with the toes tucked. And then we're just going to press back onto the heels. And then just Get this kind of, imagine that you're a tiger getting ready for action. Pressing back, sitting back. Now look to the front of the mat. And what we're going to do, if you just listen to my directions from here, look to the front of the mat, push down into the hands, lift off the knees, and keep lifting the tailbone up until the legs don't straighten, and then we're bringing yourself to a down dog. Relax the head and walk through the feet. Get a good stable frame with the hands, but get lots of movement going. Really focus on the feet today, how it feels to connect the feet to the earth. Make it really sensual. Now we're going to lift the right leg up in the air. Lift the right leg up and give it a good shake. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Now press the left heel down and drop the heart down into the earth. Now we're going to bring the right knee. You can maybe look underneath you if you can't see, or look to the side. Bring the knee to the outer edge of your right wrist, right elbow, sorry, and then plant the foot to the outside. Yeah, good. Nice, and turn the foot out so the toes are off the mat. Good, and then just sink here and look forward. A variation of a lizard. So keep pressing that left hip slightly towards the right heel, just this pressing action. If you want to, you can drop the back knee down. And so you can make this a little bit more, a little deeper, just by turning the foot out to the side. You can even come down onto the forearms if that's available to you. It's called a lizard, this one. I'm just going to hold in our little lizard. You know, if you want to keep it quite active, you can keep lifting up that back knee, or you can come and sink down into it. I think it's quite nice to sink down into it from here. So lizards, you know, really close to the earth. Great for opening the hips, this one. Really lovely one. The key is keeping the jaw relaxed when we're working with the hips. Now lifting up the head. Tucking the back toe, lifting off that back knee. Push down into the hands, draw the belly in and step the right foot back to join the left foot and walk through the feet. And just notice the difference between the sides. Relax the face and the jaw and keep breathing. Now lift up the left leg in the air, give it a shake. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. That's it. Press the right heel down. Now lift off the right heel. Bring the left knee, by tightening the belly, bring the left knee to the outer edge of your left elbow and then step the foot to the outside of that left hand. Keep the back knee lifted for a moment, sliding it right back and turn the left foot out so the toes are off the mat. Yeah, you've got it. Yeah, nice. You're all lucky, you've got good open hips here. Now from here, you can drop the back knee down. Even come onto the side of the foot if you want to. So just open up the left foot just if it's available. And if you're easily be able to get there, you can come down onto the forearms. If that feels too far, and don't worry about it, because sometimes depend on the length of your legs and arms and all kinds of factors. You can just stay up, you can even keep the back knee lifted. So wherever you are, that feels nice for your body today. Now come back up onto the hands. Push down into the hands. Lift off the back knee. Imagine pushing the earth away from you. So slightly bend the elbows. Push the earth away from you. Step that left foot back. Walk through the feet. And then drop the knees down. And just sit back onto the heels and just turn this way for a moment. To have a little rest. You might want to do this with the wrists. So I'm going to show you this one to start with. I always feel like I love earth energy because it helps like ground me, but sometimes it feels a little serious, you know? It feels like I want to just add a little play in. So here's just a playful thing. Now you don't need to, if it's not for you, you can leave it out, or you can do it stepping. But we're kind of going to put those two moves that we just did together. So what we'll do is we'll come up through a down dog. So we've taken the feet to either side of the hands. What we're going to do is take both feet at the same time. Now, obviously, we're not going to lift both legs up in the air and shake them unless you want to. But we're going to get the feet to either side of the hands. And we're going to do that. We get nice and bouncy and pressy, you know, in the crouching tiger. You see my tailbone's lifted. And I look right to the front of the mat. I've got a good firm base with my hands. And then I'm just going to take a little hop and land the feet there. Okay? So, ready to give it a go? Yeah. And then when we land there, we're going to land and we're going to come to a little Hindi squat. But you might need to be careful with the knee with that one, Susanna. If it's...
Can I turn to you?
Yeah, you can turn around and face this way. Good idea, yeah. So, sit back onto the heels. Spread out the fingers. Lift the tailbone. We're in a down dog. Walking through the feet. So, now bend both knees. Get a good stable frame with the hands. Spread out the hands. Look to the front of the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, smile and have a little leap. Hop the feet either side. Yay! Now, from where you are, you know, either staying high or low, you can bring the hands together here. If you can, sit right down. Does that feel all right for your knee? Is that okay? Yes. Is that okay for the knee here? Yes. Yeah. No. So, it's called a Hindi squat. Now, what we're going to do is from here, we're going to take your right hand down in front of you, and then you're going to open up your left arm to the side. Now with your right elbow, you're kind of keeping this thigh open there. And so that thigh is not rolling in. Hold for 3 more breaths. Let's do the other side. I've been skipping this one. I'm admitting and not being a naughty yogi and not doing this one. I don't particularly, I find it challenging. I should say I don't like it, find it challenging. But we should do the ones we find challenging. Good. Now release the hand down. Ooh, bring the legs out in front. So you can face it whichever way you like actually with this. I don't mind my legs being off the mat, so if you're okay facing forwards, and just bang the knees a little bit here. Now take the hands behind, and you're going to take your left leg, you lift it up, you're going to turn it out to the side and just bring it out to the side here. At this point you might want to add some padding underneath the seat or underneath the leg, and then bring the hands just to the side, and we're going to make a little spinning top. Now this right foot, you want the toe facing upwards, but not the leg like really active and engaged. Just the leg relaxed, but the toe facing upwards. And this is just exploring your range of movement. You might not go very far. Now you're going to take the hands to either side, and you're just going to wave like the shoulders side to side. Ooh. Now you'll feel this all kinds of places. If you're thinking, well, this isn't very easy, it isn't very easy. It's kind of awkward in lots of different places. Yeah. Now, once you kind of have a little wave here and explore, you're going to feel a place where you go, ah, yeah, that's nice for me. And then you can relax the hands, and then you just relax the leg. Now, it's not about, relax the head, sorry. It's not about taking the hands to the feet or the head to the knee. You're just relaxing wherever it feels nice. Because this left leg's creating all kinds of awkward position. There's loads going on here. So Don't force this. Just be wherever you are today. And wherever you're feeling the most sensation, send the breath there. So breathe into that area. Ooh. Now walking the hands back. Is that getting any easier, that one? It's like for me, it's like slightly easier each time I do it, but ever so slight. Now bring this left leg over the top of the right leg. So the leg that was behind you, bring it out in front. See if you can do it without using the hands. And place the foot down. Now your right arm, you hug the leg, the left arm behind you. Lift up and lengthen through the spine, and then look behind you, and that should feel delicious now. Really hug this leg in, and use this hugging in to spiral the chest in the other direction. You stay long in the spine, soft in the face and the jaw, relax the shoulders. It's a nice soft twist. Now release. And come back towards the front. Just take the hands to support you. And then extend that leg out and just take a moment. Relax both legs. And notice the difference between the right and the left side. And there's the effect of the yoga. So those two little moves are pretty powerful. So let's do the other side. So it'll be your right leg. Lift off the leg. And just take it out to the side. And take it behind you. So wherever it lands that's comfortable for you. And then we're going to take a spinning top. Now you might find this side's different to the other side, and that's okay. And then go in the other direction. And take the hands a little further forward and just kind of wave the shoulders side to side. Relaxing that left leg, the toes facing up towards the sky. And so it's like the mindset of a curious child. Just going, oh, that's interesting. Sometimes our adult self, well, it's not our real adult self, but our ego self is going, I need to get as far as I can, I need to do that. And that's not productive. We just want to go, oh, there's where I am. And then find that space to just, hang and be wherever you are. Don't worry how far you're going. Just be where you are. Acceptance and grace. Where you find yourself today. Slowly walking the hands back. This is where you go, oh my God, I'm 95. You're taking the leg up and over, using the hands. A little bit into the hips, sacrum there as well. So, landing that foot. Take your left arm and hug your right leg. Your right hand comes behind you. You push the earth away with the fingers to lengthen out the spine. And then you look over that shoulder, breathing softly. Yeah, nice positions. Really lovely. Relax the shoulders even more. Relax the face and jaw. And just hug that left knee in. Now releasing that leg. The arm, the leg. And bringing the leg out in front. Just give the legs a shake. We're nearly done. And then what you're going to do, just take hold of the back of the legs and just have a rock and roll. Just make sure you've got nothing behind you. Just rocking and rolling. And then eventually lay down. Take the legs in the air, take the arms out to the side. Just hold them there for a moment. Make sure the shoulders are flat. And imagine all the heaviness draining out of the legs. You're having to use a little effort to hold the legs up. But also just see if you can let them relax. Just letting the top of the femur, the top of the thigh bone just kind of go heavy down into the hip socket. And now slowly bring the heels in towards the bottom. Take hold of the top of the shins, so take hold of the knees. And take big circles with the knees. Pushing the knees away from you, bringing them together. Bringing the knees to the chest, taking them outwards. Nice big circles. If it feels nicer to keep the knees together and to do your circles like that, you can do that. But feel where you're massaging the base of the spine as you circle. And go in the other direction. And now take the arms wide out on the mat, the palms facing upwards. Allow the arms to be heavy. And bring the feet down to the earth one at a time. And now extend the legs out wide as well, making the shape of a starfish. And before you settle down into the sand, imagining you're in sand, just give everything a shimmy. Shake everything. Take everything as if you're trying to nestle yourself down into the sand. Adjust the shoulders if you need to. Close the eyes and relax now. Just let the body go heavy. If you need to make any adjustments and fidget for a moment, then do. Just allow the body to be heavy. If it's more comfortable for your spine to have the feet flat, then there's a modification for you. You can always adjust. So you're going to imagine that you are a starfish. Maybe you've got a favourite beach and it's a sandy beach, or a favourite aspect of earth where you go and lay down that you can completely relax. And imagine what a starfish is like on the sand. And you're going to allow your body to be like that. It's heavy, but it's soft. Just melting into the earth beneath you. Maybe you can feel yourself just sinking softly a little deeper into the earth. So you feel fully supported and secure. And as if you're getting this warm, nourishing hug, a cuddle from Mother Earth. Feel this sense of being safe, secure, supported. Noticing the earth, the water, the light from the sky. The air. Clearing the lungs and the mind, like the clouds are just floating away. And all that is in perfect balance around you in nature. Feel yourself blend into it, for you are a creature of nature. Feel yourself blend into the energy around you. And just soak it all up for a minute. Letting nature nourish you and heal you. And just notice how the body's feeling right now. Notice how it works perfectly well without you doing anything. And while you're at rest, the energy's still there. In fact, it's building up, bringing the energy from the earth into the body, rebalancing. And maybe there's some sensations in the body. Maybe you can feel a gentle vibration or a purring, just warmth in the palms. And that's the prana, the natural energy that we've brought into the body today. So if that's feeling nice, then take the tip of the thumb, tip of the forefinger together on each hand and just press gently. you can feel the energy build. Know that you've always got this available to you, this place, this vibration. Starting to notice all that space around you again. And as you breathe in, start to breathe in a bit more energy and life into the body. It's all fresh, it's clean, it's new, maybe it's an excitement for the day ahead. But start to take big yawns and stretch out the fingers, stretch out the toes, stretch the arms above the head. Do whatever feels nice for your body just to wake it up and get it enlivened for the day. Maybe give a shake in the whole body. Maybe shake the whole body on the mat. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And then when you're ready, bring the knees to the chest and give yourself a hug. So hug the knees in to the chest and massage the lower back by just moving the knees around. This area just at the base of the spine here, the sacrum, this is kind of our seat of all our creativity, our playful self, our sexual, spiritual, sensual energy. Bring a bit of that into your day. We all need a bit of play. I like to add a bit of play into earth so it just balances it out, the seriousness. Now you're going to roll onto your left-hand side, bring yourself to seated, and bring yourself to a cross-leg position. Just facing the sea. Oh, sorry if you're at home watching this in your living room. You won't be facing the sea, you'll be facing me. The sea. Bring the hands together, rub the palms together as fast as you can. And then place the palms over the eyes. Just bathe the eyes with the hands on the palms. And then slowly take the hands away from the eyes. Start to open out the fingers. Blink the eyes open and see the magic of the day appear ahead of you. And then bring the hands together. And bring the hands to the heart. And from my heart to your heart. Namaste. Namaste. Susanna, namaste if you're watching at home. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you had a lovely class. And have a great day. Big love.